Thanks. Test, 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 test. There we go. Okay. We are live on YouTube from, I'm using OBS on my PC. And I'm also running PreSonus Capture at the same time. I'm recording 2 channels right now. And so we'll see. 15% CPU. Seems like we're holding up pretty good, so I'm just going to stream and drink a little bit of coffee here. I am, let's see, go. That's the Sony cams. Hello, Paul. Well, Paul, it looks like you, since you are actually joining the stream, you might get a hearty Bravo Zulu. Yeah, I am just using the 2 mics. I have a headset mic I was using earlier, and I'm running the capture thing. And stream health seems to be good. I haven't got any audio issue stuff. Oh, and did you see this, Paul? It's time for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. So we can really check it out. So that will be the thing to see whether or not we can run the capture and get multi-track audio recording for the artist and run the OBS. And I have to tell you, it seems that OBS might be the way to go if it's good and stable, because it allows you to have multiple stuff in it. You know, let me add a scene 4, and I'm going to add an image. Let's see what I have here. I need to browse, so I'm going to add an image to the stream here in a minute. And do I have anything in pictures? Nothing there. Camera roll. Looks like I'm going to have to open up something from. Okay. So the thing about you know, you can have multiple images and text and all that kind of stuff, where in vMix, I think I have to, you know, to get what they call like an instance, extra instances, which is like, you know, having the audio come in, having images, text, and stuff. Evidently, you can add as much as you want to OBS. So let's see, where do you, let me add some text. And okay. All right. Well, if this will last for a while, then I think OBS will be the way to go, actually. You know, as I said, I don't think we can get all the images and stuff into, so there's, and see, you can, you know, I tell you what, I think, you know, I actually, let's see, this is this Sony cam right up here, and then this is the Sony cam right here, and you can see that they're pretty well matched. And then I have this Chinese webcam that I don't know, you could play with it, but you can see the difference in color is pretty drastic. So that I think these two Sony cameras, yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I don't know. Is there much difference between going through YouTube Live or Facebook as far as that goes? I mean, I'm going through. I can fire up Facebook later and see what it looks like. But you know, as far as streaming services, they should, you know, that's an ugly camera right there. So yeah. Yeah, that seems to yeah, this is an OBS. I mean, you can add a bunch. I don't know how many scenes you can add, but that gives us more, I think, flexibility in adding. You know, if the bands want to add stuff and everything, or I think and I'll have to fire up vMix again. I think I can only bring in a few things without upgrading, actually paying for it. Now I'm also running the PreSonus Capture, which I've had on now for 9 minutes. So I'm running that consecutively with OBS to record multi-track audio. So what do you think? Audio seems pretty much in sync. Ooh, that was a little loud. But yeah, you still there? Am I still on? I got stream health looks good. On OBS at the bottom of the ticker, it says CPU usage. It's like 11, 12% at the most. Kilobytes per second for video is 30,000, 30 frames per second. Both the cameras should be, I think I have them set internally for 1280 by 720 at 30p, which I think is if we can get a good stream on that, that's high def. Good. Yeah, I tell you, Paul, these are the like I said, this is the two Sony camcorders I bought that you know, they don't have mic inputs. They've got the USB thing dangling off of them, and that's how you power them is through the USB. And you know, they'll do 1080p, but you know, I think if you look at both the images, you know, the yellow on the shirt looks in the background is very consistent, huh? Yeah, yeah. And right, you know, actually, I'm hardwired right now, but I'll play with it with you know, I should play with it and see what I can do wirelessly with this machine. I do have a couple of nice Netgear units we could use as ad hoc networks. So, and you know, the one thing about this is actually, well, you know, we could run the PreSonus software on it too to control it through an iPad, but that's all right. I think this will work. So Wednesday night, big boy. Let's see here. I was gonna do something. I don't remember what I was gonna do, but there you go. Yeah, these camcorders don't take any kind of external uh, filters, or they're not. They don't have threaded lens for auxiliary stuff. So far, oh yeah. Let's see. This is I can't reach the other one. Here, I'll show you. Let's see here. Let's loosen this mount up. All right, that's looking down my hallway. And this is zoomed all the way wide. And then, well, that's all the way down to the bathroom down there. And, you know, they're actually, you can, these little zoom things aren't too bad. But both cameras are the same. So, you know, maybe one works a little better than the other one for that. So, you know, I'll bring one down. Well, I mean, I'm going to bring the PC and the cameras down. I've got that one tripod, which I think is fine for the static sort of camera. And then I've got I've got a couple of nice tripods. So, I mean, we can bring those down and take them home as we need to. But camcorders, you know, I mean, I think I paid like 120 bucks a piece or something like that, 120, 100 bucks used from B&H. And I bought them for using in the house here. So, yeah. So let's see, how long have I been on? Let's see here, analytics. 5. Yeah, so far, see now it comes back with, it started doing the audio streams current bit rate. 0 is an audio stream of 228. Why is it suggestion? It's not saying to open the suggestion. So, but I've got everything set. You know, I got it set at 128 for the audio and stuff, and it should sound all right. So I'll keep playing with this. I mean, I'll keep recording here for a while because I want to make sure that it will actually run for a length of time without borking like it did before with the where YouTube came up with something about audio stream and it keeps now saying, it says the audio stream's current bit rate 0 is lower than the recommended. Now it's back. It went away. So I think, I'm not sure what's going on with that where all of a sudden the bit rate are. Have you noticed anything where the audio kind of went wacky here in the last 5 minutes? Because that was, I was getting that Stream Health thing where it said audio stream bit rate, so I don't know. Okay, and it hasn't dropped out or anything weird like that, huh? I mean, I'm not running any compression that I know of. I don't think I have anything on the mains. Well, you know, on the main out, I do have the auto compression on, limit on, and equalizer kind of set pretty flat. Because I'm coming out of the 1/4 inch outputs of the thing. So that's the other thing is when we plug in the other PreSonus, whether or not we get buzz again. So that's that could be an issue. Oh, okay, good. Well, I do have nice microphones. I mean, hell, this Altec is a broadcast quality microphone in its day. So yeah, and yeah, I 16 minutes. So I don't know if I went that long the last time. So I'm just going to keep talking, and I'm running that capture system too. So the Presonus capture thing. So I want to make sure that doesn't load it up or something after a little bit. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what the. Well, I'll have to look at the stream myself because yeah. So I'll tell you what. Here we go, Paul. How about this? Let's. How can I do this easily? I don't want to jerk it on anything here. Yeah, I can't move this camera around too much, but so here's the. Let me fade to the setup. The Presonus. This is one of the Sonys. That's the director behind the man behind the mask. And then this is this tiny disheveled living room where the sessions would have been. And you can see on the second monitor I've got the Presonus capture thing running. Let's see some of my artwork. Not my artwork, but artwork I have. My Klieg lights, cheap LED par, and cheap LED video light. And more paintings, more paintings, more paintings. Is this like the Blair Witch Project? And then more paintings. Plants. More paintings. I got lots of art. I like art. He's nice to me. Alright, let's put you back in here. Here, let me switch to there. Don't go that way. Alright, so let me get this camera back on. Before I don't want it to fall off. Alright. Okay. So, you know, these little Sony cameras do a pretty good job, man. So, how was work today? I've been playing with my solar-powered battery operate, or not battery operate, solar-powered bird bath. I think I'm gonna have to add a battery to it because it only really works when the sun's like right on it. But when it does, it looks pretty good. So I gotta figure out how much. I think it puts out like about 7 or 8 volts or something like that. I gotta figure that out, and then I know how to do a battery circuit for it. Okay. Well, now, so, all right, man. Well, you don't have to hang around if you don't want to. I may go live. Like 19 now. The other thing I might try later is going to try to record on OBS at the same time locally that we do the stream. And so the other thing is, of course, oh, okay. Oh, no, you know, whatever they do with the stream, who knows? The same way with Facebook. I'm sure it's tailored to the stream health. You know how many what pipes they got going or whatever. But got some micro SD cards so that we can actually put those in the 2 camcorders and record with the camcorders too. Then that will give us both camcorders. Hopefully, if we can record on the You know what? Let me just, well, I'll tell you what. Let's see what happens when we do this. Start recording. Okay, so now I'm actually recording on the PC using OBS. So I should be recording what comes out before it goes to YouTube. And I also have the capture running. And right now, OBS says CPU time, CPU usage is 14%. So, yeah, that's what, we'll see. We'll stress it. Like I said, this is a quad core i5 with 8 gig of RAM and 2 SSDs. So I'm actually recording to the SSDs, to the second SSD, so it's not loading up the program material one. And, I mean, it seems to be, that's dark side, it's the picture, and then here's the fade to black. Is that too quick or too slow? It's still weird because I see, it's about a 10-second delay from what I see on OBS to what I see on the YouTube preview. Yeah, that's what OBS is reporting at the bottom, 30 frames per second. That's been pretty consistent with the kilobytes per second at typically 3,000 or a little above. So it seems to be putting it out. Of course, this is hardwired, but I don't think that, we'll see. Do I have a wireless in this machine? That may, let's see what it says here. You know what? This machine doesn't have. I'll have to put that bring a router. I've got a wireless router. We can hook up to the wireless with that. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how the recording comes out on the machine itself, and then also on YouTube. All right. Well, let me adjust the fillet to black here. Let's, was it 300? I'm going to go up to 800. Okay, here we go. Ready. 1, 2. There we go. That's 800 milliseconds on the fade to black, I believe. Yeah. So I'm, it's cooking along. OBS says I've been recording. I've been recording 3 minutes, but I've been playing everything 24 minutes. So I, if it runs well on this machine, maybe we can get 2 or 3 streams going and, shows going and develop a audience for the lyric, the sit down Saturday Night Live, the sit down Saturday night stream, live from the lyric. About we're dusting off the stage to dust out your ears. I should have been a freaking producer, promoter. Why, that duo, Paul and Eric, why, them boys can strum some music up, no problem. Why, you'd share your mother's apple pie with those two. They're so, well, Yeah, I tell you what, I think that system that Rob threw out, I'd like to have that too. But I mean, I made the choice. You know, before that little Black Magic, they had the Roland 4 HDMI, and that's the one that Production Services has one of those. And I looked at that, and then like a video one or a Teradek to stream, and I decided on vMix. I tried vMix out, and yeah, and so it worked out pretty well. vMix for me, cheap machine and cheap software, a couple cheap cameras. I probably have as much in my thing right here, if you discount the PreSonus, with the cameras, less than $1,000. And then, over the years, I bought my heads and stuff like that, my other cameras and stuff used. But yeah, 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 yeah. Cool, man. So yeah, I should, Steve's on the cheap. How to build cheap stuff like bird bass and streaming rigs out of. Well, I took old screen wire out of screen windows, and I laid out circuits on bamboo that I hand hoed myself, and then I electrified everything, and that's how we got it working. Necessity is the mother of invention, and a dear willingness not to spend too much money when you can get by on the cheap. That's me. See, people, there's a lot of people like you and Rob and Eric that are spoiled, absolutely spoiled with all that professional equipment that you got to work with over the years. Look at you, just look on the shelves of what we got, and then yeah, that's what I had to work with. So yeah, Anchor Extreme, man, I know all about PAs. So yeah, okay. Well, I've been going on half an hour, recording 7 minutes so far. Doesn't look like anything's borking or anything. Yeah, I think that little mixer, it's the same way with this PreSonus. If you mixed with the, the iPad thing as opposed to having the board in front of you, when you're paying attention to like a live, theater production like I've done, where you have actors coming off and cues and all that other kind of stuff going on, trying to run that off of a touch panel, a flat display. No way. I couldn't. No professional would do that. I mean, you saw this stuff from Hamilton, and that guy. I mean, with movable. I mean, obviously, when you set up scenes and you got that much control and stuff. But geez, yeah. This works. And I think that that little Black Magic, that little Roland switcher, they work great. So yeah, I think that's the way to go. That's probably the simplest thing to do. I'd almost think about getting the one that does. Well, I have to. I didn't really look at the specs of it if it does SDI or HDMI for the inputs, because to be honest, running SDI or getting like those Black Magic cameras that can run SDI, and then you can run all the control stuff and everything through it, would be the way to go. That would simplify everything. Just a single coax run, and you can run it 300, 400, 500 feet, no problem. Would be the easiest thing for people to deploy. So yeah, CPU now is 10%, 30 frames per second. It's staying really steady. YouTube saying the stream health is staying steady. Every once in a while, it throws out this audio stream, blah blah blah, but it doesn't seem to you don't seem to hear anything, so that's pretty good. Okay. Well, that's all right. Yeah, those Blackmagic cameras, you know, with taking 4/3 lenses like my, that's what my Panasonic takes, and you can get a nice, you know, 40 to 200 millimeter. I think I paid used for mine $170 or something. So you could get those Blackmagics, and then you could get a couple lenses for each one that would cover just about anything you could do in there. That would be nice. That would be decently fast. You know, would be decent in those cameras. Probably pretty decent in low light too. Oh God, this this Chinese thing was pretty bad. Yeah, let's go back to some picture I got someplace. I don't know what it's supposed to represent. It was just, I think it's, there's the fade to black now, and then fade to me. Oh, oh yeah, no problem. 2 times the cost? No, we could raise that in a heartbeat. I'm sure people will, yeah. See, I keep getting this, the audio stream's current bitrate 0 is, what the hell? I keep getting this audio. I wonder why I can't word wrap this stuff. The audio stream's current bitrate, and it's got 0 in parentheses, is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use an audio stream bitrate of 128 kilobytes per second, which I am doing. So I'm not sure where it's dropping, and that's what borked the stream before was some audio thing on YouTube where it said so. I think I have OBS set up to force what the streamer wants. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see if it can hold up after, you know. But even recording, OBS is only showing like 12, 13% at the most, 13.5% CPU time. So, all right. So I saw you guys were in NCB today, and are you guys going to Roanoke anytime soon? Ah, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, well, I think you'd have to get an adapter for the EF lenses to put them on those Blackmagics. They take the 4/3 natively. And I guess if you put an adapter, I guess you would get the auto control. All right, now analytics is said, or Stream Health says the stream is healthy again. No more audio warning. And I've been on for 34 minutes, recording 13 minutes. Oh, okay. Hey, remember, don't come to work Friday. It's 4th of July. Well, it's the 3rd of July, but we'll pretend. Be an American. Blow your fingers. I mean, blow something up on Saturday. Oh, you know what? I got my dad's carp here. Hold on a second. Check this out, man. I'll be right back. That was me pulling the mouse off, not my coffee cup. All right, check this out. It's got a this is where you put your calcium carbide in, and then this has an igniter thing that puts in here that's a little sparky igniter. And you put this in and you charge it by pushing this thing. It pushes a little charge down into the thing here, and you pour water in here. You put that thing on. Kapow! This is they used to shoot this off on 4th of July up in Saugerties. It's pretty loud, so I finally found the barrel, and I found the bang sight and stuff. So I need to see if the bang sight is still good, but I think it is. And so 4th of July, I will be doing it. Let's see. Yeah, carbide, baby. We used to, if you look up the New River Cave, I think they've closed it off, but we used to go in there and we could spend 10, 12 hours going all the way to the back and stuff. And we always, I mean, we had battery flashlights and stuff, but we also carried carbide. We used pretty much carbide lights on our helmets because they were very reliable and lasted a long time. And there was plenty of water in the in the cave. Well, at stream time 37 minutes 57 seconds, recording time 17 minutes 17 seconds, everything seems to be stable. Yeah. We back in the old days when you could get the those really heavy duty batteries for like military transmitters and stuff like that, they used mercury fulminate as part of the battery chemistry, and you could take a high power supply out of a TV and hook that up there and be way away from it and flip the switch, and boy, yeah. But yeah, M80s, all that kind of stuff. Look, Ma, I still have all my fingers. So I'll tell you what. Now that I have a reliable vehicle, I'm really tempted to make a run down to South Carolina and visit my friend in Conway and bring back a load. It's too bad I can't do it now for 4th of July, but there's always tomorrow. So yeah, CPU is went up to 16%. So I don't know if that's because I'm talking more or what, but everything seems to be pretty stable right now. OBS says I haven't dropped any frames. YouTube is reporting healthy analytics. Whatever this means. I guess that's how many stream settings. But yeah, stream health reporting healthy. So yeah, well, maybe I got everything right this time. So it would be nice to do a stream. I'll hook up my wireless and my wireless router and everything at ad hoc and see what I can do about make sure we can stream wirelessly with this machine. It does not have built-in wireless. And I don't know if we get one of those USB things or not that would work. So, but right now I have both of these cameras are going through those two HDMI to USB 3 directly into USB 3s on this PC. I have the HDMI over Ethernet or HD-based T units over Ethernet to extend one of the cameras, no problem. We don't have to use the USB extension. We'll just use this and then That's worked fine before. And then I think we should have a decent setup. This seems to be handling everything just fine as far as not glitching. We haven't heard the dreaded and it seems to be in sync pretty well. I don't know, we'll see. I'll hook it up wirelessly later and do another recording and see if anything happens with that. But right now I've been recording 20 minutes, 41 minutes with the 43 minutes with the capture on the PreSonus. And so, and that capture just takes the channels in right after the gain stage on the board, and so it's clean. There's no effects or anything on them. It's just what you get from the mic. So that's pretty cool. And that's a nice thing to be able to offer the artist is, here's, pure recordings. Take it whoever you want to edit the damn stuff and have fun. Same way with the video off the camcorders. We could we record just the video on the camcorders too. That gives you some raw video to edit with for lyric stuff, and then we could give that video to the artist and say, hey, here you go, buddy, have fun. So I think that would be nice to do. Certainly might help some people like that. So where are you now? Are you still at work? Oh. Yeah, it turned out to be a fairly nice day today. Got my new ThermaFit work gloves. I finally wore one pair of those out after about 25 years. Okay, well, you don't have to hang around. What are you doing tonight? Yeah, I guess it's the only place that you have internet that can. I tell you what, man, it's pitiful. I know people who live down in Mount Tabor way and stuff that have to hike up to the top of their hill so they can get their Verizon phone to access stuff. It's pretty pitiful. Yep, there's the audio suggestion thing again. At 6:16, so I'll mark that at 6:16. YouTube had the audio stream . So. All right, 44 minutes, 23 minutes recording. Ooh, CPU time has gone up to 17%. Oh, now it's down to 14%. Staying stable at 30 frames per second. Video kilobyte rate is 3,000. That's doing pretty good. And because this is just the built-in graphics on this PC. It's not a discrete card or anything. The one I was looking at was same form factor or anything, but he had a discrete card that had HDMI and DVI out for video, but not a discrete audio card. This is a 4-core 3.3 gigahertz i5, 8 gig of RAM. It's got whatever audio. Let's see what the device manager says here. Might as well stress the system by going around doing some of this stuff. Let's see here. Sound and video. Intel display audio. Realtek high definition audio. That's what the driver is and everything. So yeah. And then the graphics engine is the actual built-in graphics, which is the Intel HD graphics. So that's what HD, whatever, driver details. Blah, 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 blah. Forget it then. All right, so that's everything seems to be moving along. CPU has kind of crept up a little bit. It's around 15 or 14 or 16% now. Probably because we're crunching the recording and everything. I've been live for 47 minutes, recording for 26 minutes. The capture program is still running smoothly. That's a good sign. All right, man. Well, I don't expect you to have to stay around just to listen to me ramble. I'll probably run this for, let's say, I'll probably go like 65, 70 minutes just to, because I don't think that we would want to do more than an hour show. I think an hour is about the length of time. Maybe 90 minutes at the most, you know. But yeah. Anything longer than that, people just drift off. Hour is probably the best thing, you know. 4 or 5 songs from somebody, or you know, I think that's what they do. They have that on that 7.2 channel where they're having, it's like the Opry channel, I think, or something. I don't know, but they have live from the Opry with people on, and they had Paisley or something, and some blues guy that I hadn't really heard of before. So evidently they're having like name guys, and they can invite people on, but they're distance, and there's nobody in the audience, obviously, and I'm sure they have the air handling cranked up and everything because it's the Opry. They got the best. So. How did the bamboo work out? You need more bamboo, man? More bamboo, more bamboo, more bamboo. It might be in short supply. Like 15-foot length short supplies. Hold on 1 second there, young man. Oh, creak, 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 creak. Oh. Try to you up. You can't see me from over there. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. Let's see. Let's get a good shot here. These are the old, if anybody wants to see, Atlas ThermaFit Large, which I thought I ordered directly. As you can see, after 20 years or more, they are kind of worn out. I mean, I've used these hard. So now I have something Atlas 541. So I guess that means fire. Let's see what they do. They are a different design. Ooh, I like these. Look at that. Ooh, very nice. All right, I bought 3 pairs of these this time, but these things, man, these have been the toughest gloves I probably have ever owned. I think I might put these in a frame and, frame them, take a picture and send them to the company because finally have worn them out. Alrighty, let's see what's happening on the stream thing here. Alright. Alright, stream is healthy. Recording 32 minutes. Live 53 minutes. 14% CPU. Seems to be doing okay. I'm impressed. Still got 55 minutes of recording on the capture. It's still running smoothly. So keep this running for a little while. And I'll be right back. I want to get up and do a couple things here. Well, I've seen one bird actually in the water at the bird bath, maybe two. I've seen a couple hopping around there, but I haven't seen anybody consistently come down and get in the bird bath yet. So hopefully they will get used to it. I modified the stream some so it just kind of comes out like a little pour tube as opposed to spraying all over the place. I hope the little birdies like it. So it was definitely hot enough for them to be around in it today, but we'll see. I put it in a different place, and hopefully they're getting kind of used to it. So at live 57 minutes 26 seconds Eastern Daylight Time, recording time 36 minutes 49 seconds. We have a CPU usage of 15.8%, 30 frames per second. A video stream kilobytes per second of 3165, and the capture is capturing the audio in all its pristine quality from my high quality microphones. So, oh yeah, here you go. You can actually get a shot of one of the high quality mics there. Oh, yeah, this thing is maybe not this particular camera thing is weird thing, a weird mounting this thing. So let's do this, and then all right, here we go. So that is the Altec mic right there. Very. Uh-oh. I fooled everybody. That's the Sennheiser 835. That's not the Altec. So, yeah, this is a Sennheiser E845, which is a super cardioid as opposed to the 835, which is a cardioid. Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum. Alright, I'm about going crazy doing this. So we have almost an hour worth of streaming with no noticeable glitches. We got 30 minutes of recording, OBS recording the stream. I've got an hour of audio recording on the PreSonus capture system. And everything seems to be moving right along. I haven't seen the CPU usage go above 17.5%. 30 frames per second has been pretty steadily, and the output rate has been pretty steady. So I'm happy with this. Seems to be working just fine. I think I'll hook it up to get the wireless all set up so that and make sure that's working, because this particular PC does not have a built-in wireless card. So other than that, I think we're good to go, guys. Yeah, tell Eric it's too bad. No points for him today. The fact that you listened to my hour-long rambling is not too bad. All right. Dial up. right. Yeah, this seems to be like my my homemade fan right there. 20-inch box fan. Use the box that comes in as a frame to hold the filters. That's not a HEPA filter, but the nicer cheap ones work great. Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll see. Eric, just to make sure you've watched this, let's see. Have a pound of Jamaican, what is that, Jamaican blue coffee, whole beans, on the check-in bench for me in the next 2 days. Then we'll know that you actually listened to this all the way through. It's car talk. Send in your suggestions on a, let's see, 1956 Robin's Egg Blue supercharged Corvette. All original. I don't want a refab or anything. So, yeah. If that's parked in my slot tomorrow, somebody's going to get a hearty thank you very much. So, okay. Let's see. Okay, that's, well, I tell you what, Paul, I think that, like I said, the thing about the big difference between the two right now that I see, now that we seem to have gotten, this seems to be running stable, is that with OBS we can put almost unlimited slides. Let me put a couple more pictures in here and see what, let's put in some more text again. See what, and where that's the one thing where I think we're limited if we were to use my vMix, is that how many scenes can you add? Because see, in vMix by now I would, what happened? Oh, that's something happened. Oh no, I tell you what, this switching stuff, watching the stream thing all of a sudden slide to the text thing is like, what the heck? Let's get another picture in here. So I mean, you can just add like a bunch of stuff. And vMix, I have to pay extra to get this, I think right now I get a ton of cameras, but you only get a couple of instances, which they consider an instance the like bringing the audio in, which OBS is completely separate, and then bringing in, I might try, I'll have to try some with vMix, but yeah, bringing in more text and more things, you got to screw around with it big time. So I think that OBS, as far as this goes, it looks like it's being stable. I mean, I've been on now live for an hour and 5 minutes, recording 44 minutes. I'm showing now 14% CPU, 30 frames per second. No, it doesn't say anything about drop frames. YouTube is showing excellent stuff. Occasionally it shows up at 6:36 p.m. It showed the audio stream suggestion again, but that doesn't seem to be glitching anything, at least not that you've heard. And the PreSonus capture is still working. I've been recording on that for an hour. So I think that if we can get a solid hour, 90 minutes to be on the safe side with this, that we're good to go. So maybe not this weekend, but we talked to them this week about having a show the following week. Because I know at least one person that would play live who, if you look her up, her name is Ash Divine, Divine, Ash Divine. And she's somebody, I have her on Fritzcat 200. So she'd be willing, and she's streamed, and she's got a couple of CDs out and stuff. She'd be willing to come and play. So I think there's other musicians in town. There's a couple that play older Celtic, that kind of style music, and they'd be willing to come and play. So we could get plenty of people that would just come down. Hey, I'm a citizen of Blacksburg, and I play music. I mean, I have poetry I can read for an hour. I'd like to do. I did a soliloquy of blah blah blah. Dr. Blacksburg or whatever. So there's a lot of entertainment that the Lyric could put out. I mean, they could have people come down. If you give it a couple days between events to get things cleaned up between the next person and everything, you could have Wednesday night seminars. How many people would come down? There's tons of people that everybody knows that would come down and talk for an hour. Answer questions about, okay, I was, professor of sociology, and if you want to know the sociology behind COVID-19, call in. So I think there's a lot that could be done to bring attention to the Lyric, and I think that's the thing. We need to bring attention to it, and if we can get the live stream down to where it's like, we got it pretty stable, pretty professional looking. That lends itself, even after all this is over, to we have an important town hall. We have artists that may or may not want to stream. Somebody like Joelle, if besides just streaming on somebody's phone or something, to be able to stream her plays so Grammy and Poppy can watch, that kind of stuff. And then you have like maybe every Wednesday night you have the next rising local artist program every 2 weeks or something, or every once a month. You don't have to overdo it, but you bring in somebody for an hour on a weeknight, and you don't even have to have an audience. I mean, if they want to have friends in or something after, we can have people in. But hey, look, it might be your friend playing right now. How about that for I could go on forever, boy. Talk about a podcast. It's amazing anybody gets a word in edgewise when I'm around. Okay, 48 minutes recording, an hour, 9 minutes. Everything looks stable, man. Stream health looks good. Fade to black. What's that TV show? Orange is the New Black? I never did watch that. I think the lead in that, her husband was here as a visiting artist, playwright guy or something. So, there's a lot of talent around here, and I think that we need to jump on the wagon and beat the Moss Center to it, and just have an hour show with somebody up there strumming their ukulele, if that's all we can get. It gets you out there. It gets the attention of the Lyric. Look at us. Here we're trying. Help us out. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, these are not the cameras you want. You will pull out your wallet to give me the money to buy the real cameras you want. See, I could use the Force to get us money. So yeah, an hour and 12 minutes recording. 50 minutes of recording on the machine for the OBS, and of course I didn't optimize for recording and stuff, so we'll see how this comes out. But yeah, the cameras, we can put a couple, they take, I think, micro SD cards or regular SD cards. I'll check And I got some that we could put in so you could have two, the two camera angles, and go to town editing. Because certainly that would be an easy way to get like clips and stuff for doing something with the lyric. Put together a little look who's been here. Guess what? Guess who's coming next or something. Kind of things that they could throw out there. Because they have the YouTube. I mean, they have the Facebook channel, and put some live little audio ads on it. We could make we could make Carter a star. All right. I tell you what, I'm happy with this, Paul. This seems to be chugging like along. Stream status excellent. Stream is healthy. Stream health is excellent, YouTube says. So, are you still there? Yeah. I'm the idea guy. What's that movie with Gene Hackman and Arnold Schwartz? No, Gene Hackman is it? Oh, Arnold, not Gene Hackman. Um, um, oh, Pulp Fiction guy and um, the guy from Philadelphia thing, little short guy. God, I'm blanking on everybody's names, but that's a pretty funny movie. Oh, who got Shorty or something like that? That's pretty cool. So yeah. Well, I tell you what, man, I'm really happy. I'm gonna go back and look at the everything here on the recording and see how it looks. Listen to the capture thing because I've been recording the two on microphone tracks separately, and see what everything, and then look at the recording from what's on the machine itself. Because everything seems to be, it looks like it's doing just gangbusters as far as recording, capture, OBS, streaming. I mean, you've been watching it. Is it acceptable? Now remember, your job may or may not depend on your answer. Listen, I'm not quite as powerful as the governor that you used to deal with, but remember, I tick off those boxes on the computer screen for leave reports. So yeah, I tell you what, this seems to be working fine. I screw the Mac Mini. I thought, oh, OBS, I read about it. Oh, it should run fine on everything. I don't know. Here's the other thing is when we get down there and plug the PreSonus into the board, into this PC, it should perform the same. There shouldn't be any difference between it seeing this PreSonus and the other one. They're the same generation, blah, blah, blah. I've had this one hooked up to that one, a long time ago. And so that should go pretty smoothly, I'm hoping, because I would like to give a nice record, raw recording, audio recording at least to the contestants. And yeah, I think this, I tell you what, man, I'm happy the way this has been working. I'm, like I said, the other stream about 40 minutes borked on the, all of a sudden through a audio thing is not working on YouTube and restart your machine. So I changed some settings and, OBS is saving the settings, so that's no problem. How's that? Okay. It's an hour and 16 minutes, so I think I'm going to cut off the stream and take my meds and chill out for a little while and then set up the wireless to so I can make sure I know how to get on the wireless down there. And then, but we can also look. We'll have to talk to Greg about the port in the concession stand, or maybe Wednesday night bring a nice flashlight and we'll go exploring where maybe we can run from the try to get one out there somehow. I mean, even since we're not doing it, heck, we could run from the office out into the wherever the machine. We just need a long enough cord. So I wonder where we could make about a 75-foot one would get us from the office to where we might put the machine. So and I think we should be able to run, and then we just hardwire it, and that would be really nice because they've got. I mean, even with that, but hardwired, yeah, that would be no problem. Okie dokie, Paul. Safe trip home. Say hi to the other person that shares your tomatoes with you, and talk to you guys tomorrow. And yeah, I'll tell you what I find out when I watch the recording from the OBS and when I listen to the capture. I'll be interested to see. But the capture system, the capture program seems to be pretty lightweight, so it doesn't really push much on the background of the machine. So that's a good thing. All right, see you later. Ending the stream in 1, 2, 3. Whoops, I forgot to fucking fade it to black.